Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be giving up my final UFC 300 predictions. Alex Pereira taking on Jamahal Hill in the main event, boys. We made it. We're finally here. UFC 300 is upon us. The longest week of my life, it's felt like. I mean, God, this week has went on for so long, but we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 300 is tomorrow, and this is my final UFC 300 video, my final video of the week, giving you detailed predictions on how each fighter is going to win their fight. So hope you guys enjoy this content. If you do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and comment some of your predictions down in the comments below, boys. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the final predictions for UFC 300. Our first fight of the night is going to be an absolute banger. Figueiredo taking on Cody Garbrandt as the prelim opener. Unbelievable fight here. Two former champions. We know what we're going to get from I was going to say from both of these, but we know what we're going to get from everyone on this card. Very well named fighters on this card, well-known fighters on this card, so we know what we're going to get from all these fighters. But let me break this down. Figueiredo came up to 135 against Rob Font, but before watching tape, I was like, he actually looked good against Rob Font, but I feel like, I don't actually think he looked that good against Rob Font. And in this matchup, man, he's taking on Cody Garbrandt. He's very fast, very fluid on the feet. At times, he does, get a bit, aggressive and say, fuck this shit, I'm going to swing my right hand. And that is kind of to his detriment in all of the finish losses that he's ever had. People will go down. Well, people will, put it down to his chin, which I do agree. His chin's not the best. He's been KO'd on the regional scene. But I'm saying, it's not all his chin, man. It's kind of his decision-making in fights. But when, Cody Garbrandt is on, when he's making the right decisions, he's one of the best fighters in the weight class. I'm not saying, top 5, but I'm just saying one of the best fighters in the world in terms of, the top 15, for sure. When this guy's on, man, the fluid footwork, the head movement, his striking ability, the well-timed takedowns when he is in flow state. I feel like this guy in this matchup at these odds, they're very good odds. I'm not going to go into this from a betting perspective because I'm just giving you guys my picks. But at these odds, Cody Garbrandt is a good bet. But I am going to side with Figueiredo. I can't rely on Cody Garbrandt fully to put a whole 15 minutes together. He has been doing that recently, but Figueiredo is another level compared to these guys who've been fighting recently. Kelleher and Trevin Jones. So these guys are not on the level of a former world champion in Figueiredo. And I think the leg kicks off Davison could be a factor as well. We've seen Cody Garbrandt against Pedro Munoz struggle against them, and kind of was like, it's now or never for me because his leg was getting beat up really badly. And the same with Brian Kelleher. Brian Kelleher was attacking that leg early on, and it seemed like it was hurting Cody Garbrandt. But I feel like Cody Garbrandt is on here. I think he can win minutes with the grappling, with the wrestling. Time. I'm not saying completely D1 wrestle himself to a victory here, but I think that wrestle with a minute left and win the round kind of thing. But I do think he is the better overall striker. I think he's the better boxing, the faster of the two. I think the power is pretty close at this weight class specifically. And yeah, I do like Cody Garbrandt from a betting side, but I'm not going to go into these betting sides from now on. But I'm going to go with Davison Figueiredo, second round TKO in this matchup. Our next fight is going to be Bobby Green taking on Jim Miller. Fun fight, man. I'm going to go with Bobby Green in this matchup. Though I think that Bobby Green is the faster striker. I think he has the better cardio in the two. I think he has the slicker defense off the two. Yes, Bobby Green's been KO'd in his last 3 losses or whatever. Drew Dober KO'd him, but Drew Dober hits like a truck. Jalen Turner KO'd him, but Jalen Turner hits like a truck as well. And getting KO'd against Jared Gordon, his chin has taken a lot of damage, man. He's taken a lot of damage over the past few fights, but I feel like in this matchup, man, he's coming up against an older Jim Miller who does slow down as the fight goes on, and I think he's going to be better in the feet. I think the jabs, the straight punches, the overall striking ability is just going to be a bit too good for Jim Miller at this stage in his career. Yes, Jim Miller has looked pretty good in his last few fights, but let's go into here. Jim Miller lost to Alexander Hernandez. You know, look at the guys he's facing, man. You know, Gabriel Benitez, he's completely washed at this point in his career. Jesse Butler, terrible at fighting. Donald Cerrone, the ghost of Donald Cerrone once again. And then Nicholas Motta, very, very chinny. You know, these guys that he's facing are not on the level of Bobby Green. Even at Bobby Green's, you know, older age at 37, still fighting at a pretty high level, fighting the best guys in the weight class. So I'm going to go with Bobby Green by, you know, decision, just to, you know, tie Jim Miller up as the fight goes on. I do think, like, you know, Jim Miller could have success early on, but I think that as the fight goes on, Bobby Green, with the volume, with the better strikes, with the straighter shots, with the speed advantage, is going to be able to win this matchup. Our next fight is going to be Jessica Andrade taking on Marina Rodriguez. Fun fight in the women's strawweight division here. I think that... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna like spot out my entire saliva there. Jessica Andrade, man, you know, this girl is, you know, a bulldog in there. She'll, you know, swing for the fences, try and get you out of there with big shots. You know, kind of really bad technically, man. Really open on the feet at times. You know, will just come forward, running, swinging big hooks, leaving her chin wide open. And I think that could be to her detriment in this matchup. I think that Marina Rodriguez is going to be the better striker. I think that, you know, the physicality advantage is going to be for Jessica Andrade. And if she looks for takedowns in this matchup, I think that could be, you know, a big factor in this fight. But I can't rely on Jessica Andrade to put a game plan together at all. You know, people were saying, you know, in that Rose rematch, you know, if she looks for takedown, she can win this fight. But she didn't even attempt a takedown, and the way she beat Rose the first time was slamming her on her head. So I can't really rely on her to fight with a good game plan. I think that Marina Rodriguez is going to be the crispier striker. She's going to be the better striker from the outside. In the clinch, Jessica Andrade can have success, but Marina Rodriguez has nasty elbows in the clinch, nasty Muay Thai in the clinch, and just the overall very good Muay Thai, you know, type striker. So I think that the better technical striker has to be Marina Rodriguez, and I'm going to pick her by decision in this matchup. Our next one is going to be Jillian Turner taking on Renato Moicano. Fun fight in the lightweight division. My hair is all messed up. Jeez, man. It's been messed up all day. I don't know why. Need a haircut, man. But, yeah, Jillian Turner taking on Renato Moicano in the lightweight division. I'm going to go with Jillian Turner in this fight. I think that Jillian Turner is just going to be the way better striker. That's what it comes down to in this matchup for me. I think that he has the long-range attacks to, you know, stop the forward pressure off Renato Moicano in this matchup. You know, Renato Moicano will be trying to put on the pressure, will be trying to get in on the legs to look for takedowns against Jillian Turner. But I think the deep kick to the body, the range control, the distance management of Jillian Turner is going to be a big factor in this matchup, man. This guy's an absolute weight bully. Huge for the division. Absolutely humongous for the division. And I think that's going to actually, you know, work for him in this type of matchup. You know, Renato Moicano slows down as the fight goes on. Jillian Turner also slows down as the fight goes on. But, you know, Renato Moicano has that dog in him, which I could see potentially, you know, working for him, you know, down in a later stretch if it gets there. But I don't think it's going to be able to get there. I think the range management of Jillian Turner with the deep kicks, like I said, the straight shots down the pipe, and the overall just better striking, the power on the feet, is going to be too much for Renato Moicano in this matchup. And I do see Jillian Turner clipping Renato Moicano on the chin and putting him away pretty early in this matchup. So give me Jillian Turner by KO round 1. I just think that it's a bit of a mismatch on the feet, man. I think the grappling edge, I think the striking, you know, the discrepancy is a lot bigger than how I see Renato Moicano having success in this fight, to be honest. Our next fight is going to be Diego Lopes taking on Sadiq Yusuff taking on Diego Lopes. Another banger featherweight division, man. You know, I'm going to be honest, man. I think that Diego Lopes is a bit overrated by, you know, the casual public. The betting odds suggest, you know, it's a close fight, and I fully agree. I think that this fight is so hard to call, man. I've been like, I'm going to pick Diego Lopes. I'm going to pick Sadiq Yusuff. I'm going to pick Like, I've been flip-flopping around the entire week, but I'm going to side with Diego Lopes, man. I think he has the more finishing upside in this fight. I think he has the submission ability. I think he has the power edge. But I would say that Sadiq Yusuff can finish this fight as well. You know, Diego Lopes leaves many openings on the feet, very wild on the feet. swings big on the feet, and I think that could create openings. But I do think that this fight isn't going the distance, man. Diego Lopes is a wild man, and I think that he's going to try and please the crowd here at UFC 300. He's going to try and put on an absolute war for us. But I do see a first round finish for Diego Lopes. The finishing upside, like I said, with the submission ability. If he hurts Sadiq Yusuff, he can follow him down. Find a submission. Get like a triangle choke from if he goes in the mount or something, and then rolls to his back for that triangle choke, if you know what I mean. So I think that Diego Lopes has more finishing upside. Sadiq Yusuff has been rocked in other fights. Diego Lopes is a very tough guy to put away, but if Diego Lopes gets very open on the feet, in the inside, Sadiq Yusuff has sneaky power, very fast in the inside, good hooks. Sadiq Yusuff in his last fight looked pretty good against Edson Barboza before, completely tearing his shoulder apart. I was one of the first guys to realize that. I had a bet on Sadiq Yusuff, and I was saying, why is he only using one arm? And then I put in the Twitter, the way fighters respond to their loss. I said, did you hurt your arm? And he said, yeah. He replied to me and said, yeah. So maybe he's rushing back too early. Completely destroyed his shoulder only 5 months ago, and he's coming back 5 months later, so maybe he's not going to be 100% coming into this fight. But yeah, I'm going to side with Diego Lopes. Very close fight, dude. If this fight extends, I do think the Sadiq Yusuff has the better minute winning ability, but I can't really trust the durability of Sadiq Yusuff in this fight. Our next fight is Holm taking on oh my gosh, bro, my fringe is really bugging me, so if I'm looking off to the side, guys, I'm really sorry about this. But yeah, Holm taking on Kayla Harrison. Gonna go Kayla Harrison, not really wanting to break this fight down. No one wants to really hear. You're probably already skipping right now. You're probably fast forwarding this shit because no one gives a fuck about this one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Holm. I'm gonna go with Kayla Harrison. I think that I don't think she's that good, honestly. I think that if she fought Nunes would punch a hole through her, but I do think her judo against, a 32-year-old Holm at this stage in her career is going to be, good enough to beat Holm. He has looked pretty slow in her last few fights. Maybe Beno Silva, even the Kelvin Vieira fight, she looked pretty bad. Yana Santos fight wasn't really fun to watch. It was terrible to watch, actually. And I just think that she is past her prime by far, 42 years of age. Obviously, she's made past her prime, but yeah, I think that the youthfulness, I think that's a word, the youth of Kayla Harrison is going to be enough to win this fight. But honestly, I'm not really impressed with Kayla Harrison. Not being able to finish Aspinall is a terrible look, and she lost a few scrambles in that fight, which is just a terrible look. And then lost to Larissa Pacheco. He was pretty good. She would be a highly ranked fighter in the UFC, but not great, man. She's just not that good, to be honest. Nunes would just punch a hole through her, to be honest. But yeah, our next fight's gonna be Calvin Kattar taking on Aljamain Sterling. Gonna go with Aljamain Sterling in this matchup. I think that Aljo can win on the feet. You guys won't like this, but I really don't give a fuck. I think that he can win this fight on the feet. I think it's the more diverse striking. I think he has the better strikes from range by far. I think he had the deep kick up the middle, the leg kicks from out the outside. And if you guys want to watch, Calvin Kattar versus guys like, let me see, Max Holloway. So, watch him versus Max Holloway. These guys that are hard to hit, guys that, are very rangy on the outside, he just struggles with for sure. And Aljamain Sterling is a rangy guy. Yes, it's a similar reach, but he uses his reach very well, man, with his kicks, with the longer range attacks that he will have in this matchup with the kicks, like I said. And again, he will have the minute winning ability on the feet, man. He throws more, he lands more. His punches are pillow fists, but I wouldn't say Calvin Kattar has insane power. Yes, he has power. He can put your lights out with a combination. Good boxing, working down on that New England cartel. We know that the New England cartel have pretty good boxing with Rob Font and Calvin Kattar, but I think that Aljamain Sterling is going to be the better fighter in this matchup. I think he can win in a variety of ways. I don't think Kattar can win a decision. I think that Aljamain can win a decision. I think he can win by submission. I think he can use his striking to do that. I think he can use his grappling to do that. Maybe he doesn't find the takedowns, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, he's not going to be able to win the fight now, so it's over. I think that if he isn't able to find takedowns, he can still get the back with his forward pressure, hopping your back against the fence, and potentially look for a submission like he did against, Corey Sandhagen, for example. So he's not even a guy that needs takedowns as well. So also 3-round fight, moving up to 145, his cardio is going to be better. You'll be able to push at a harder pace, and I just like him at this weight class, man. Especially in this fight, coming up against a guy who just had his leg completely repaired, so his knee, and he's taking on a wrestler, his first fight back. So yeah, our next fight's gonna be Prochazka taking on Alexander Rakic. Gonna go Alexander Rakic in this matchup. I think that Alexander Rakic is the better fighter in the feet, man. I think the leg kicks off Alexander Rakic are some of the best in the UFC. Some of the I personally think he's a future champ, man. I think that he could beat Alex Pereira right now. People are not gonna like that, but put it this way, I think he would smoke. I think he smokes Ankalaev. I really do, man. This guy's leg kicks are nasty. His boxing's pretty good. His movement on the outside is pretty good. His wrestling is also pretty underrated. Able to time takedowns on guys. And I think that could negate the forward pressure and the wildness of Prochazka. If Prochazka is coming in, swinging big, missing big, I think that Alexander Rakic is going to dip down underneath, shoot a double leg, and get on top. I'm not saying he's going to be able to win the fight just by shooting takedowns, but I think that the leg kicks are going to be the main factor in this matchup for how he's going to be able to win this matchup. We've seen that Prochazka struggled with Alex Pereira's leg kicks. I'm not saying Alex Pereira has like the same level of Alexander Rakic's leg kicks, but I would say they're pretty similar in terms of like skill. I would say Alexander Rakic has amazing leg kicks, man. Very fast, very fluid on the feet, and I think he's going to be the better striker, man. I don't know if it's going to be a finish. I said he would probably finish him because, yes, I said Alexander Rakic would finish this guy, Prochazka, but Prochazka is going to be bringing the fight for the entire 3 rounds, and he will leave openings on the feet for a guy like Alexander Rakic to capitalize on. So I do see him finishing this fight. I think he beats up the leg early and then finds a second round finish with the hands because, Prochazka isn't really able to move well and kind of gets desperate like he did in the Alex Pereira fight after round 1. Prochazka could win the first round. Alexander Rakic hasn't fought in a while here, so maybe he comes in rusty, but I do think as the fight goes on, he'll build his way into the fight with the leg kicks and just a better overall striking in this matchup. Our next fight tonight is going to be Bo Nickal taking on Cody Brundage. Going to go Bo Nickal here. I think he has the wrestling here to win this fight. I mean, I'm not really going to break this fight down, man. I mean, Cody Brundage, solid enough wrestling, but this guy is a quitter. He doesn't have the best cardio. Not really the best striker, but if Bo Nickal, man, decides to come in here and it's like, I'm not gonna shoot takedowns. No, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and strike here. Put on a show for the UFC 300 fans. I've been criticized all week for being on the main card, so let me show out here. If he starts to strike with Cody Brundage, I can see him getting clipped on the chin. I'm not even joking. People are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm sure, bud. But look at Bo Nickal, his entries with strikes, man. This guy's lunging, and if Val Woodburn had any put it this way, if he fought an elite striker in the entries that he was doing against Val Woodburn, he would have been clipped 100%. This guy's lunging in full force and leaving his chin out there, completely open to be hit. And if he does that against Cody Brundage, I potentially could see Cody Brundage at a very, very low percentage. By the way, I'm not saying it will happen because he doesn't really have the skills to do it, to counter like that, but I'm saying it's a possibility that he does, maybe counter Bo Nickal. He's very open on the feet, very poor defensively, man, so maybe he can win, but I very much doubt it. Bo Nickal is going to be the pick, probably by first or second round submission. Gonna go first round submission if he actually, sticks to the game plan here, wrestles him, and then just gets on top and looks for a submission round 1. So, yeah. Our next one is me, Charles Oliveira taking on Arman Tsarukyan. Gonna go with Charles Oliveira in this matchup. I was gonna pick Arman Tsarukyan. I was picking Arman Tsarukyan at the start of the week, and I was like, let me go watch this guy's fights because I've always said this guy's fucking IQ is just I was gonna say the R word. It's just retarded, put it that way. Really low IQ, 0 IQ in fights. This guy's winning on the feet against Garbrandt, shoots takedowns for some reason. Gasses himself out. Yes, he should have won that fight, but he made it so much more competitive than it had to be. Starts boxing with Joaquim Silva for some reason, like an idiot, when he was winning on the feet from the outside and winning with his grappling and wrestling. absolute terrible fight IQ. And, you know, I think that on the ground, if Charles Oliveira is taken down, which I do see happening, I think that Charles Oliveira, you know, Arman Tsarukyan leaves a lot of openings on the ground for guys to get up. This guy's more of a ground and pound guy. You know, Islam Makhachev's a guy that, you know, will look for a transition to a submission. And even, you know, Islam Makhachev, one of the best grapplers we've ever seen in the UFC. Even he couldn't even get past the legs off Charles Oliveira. You know, Beneil Dariush also couldn't get past the legs off Charles Oliveira. So, yes, I know Beneil Dariush is overrated and shit, but he's a good grappler, but he's a real elite grappler in MMA. He's one of the best grapplers in the lightweight division for sure. But even he couldn't get past the legs off Charles Oliveira from bottom. So yeah, you know, again, if Arman Tsarukyan looks to posture up like he did against Joel Alvarez, I think that Charles Oliveira could potentially, you know, get an arm bar here, or, you know, get a triangle from bottom. But I think that he'll kick on the hips, get back up, and then put it on Arman Tsarukyan. He's very, very poor defensively on the feet. Yes, Charles Oliveira is also, but I trust on the durability of Charles Oliveira. I know he's been wronged. I know he gets dropped a lot, but I'm saying, like, I think his durability is better when he's hurt than Arman Tsarukyan. I think that Arman Tsarukyan, when he's hurt, you know, he's just, I don't know, man. You know, he's been KO'd on the regional scene, out cold, and yeah, I think there's potentially a durability issue with Arman Tsarukyan. I'm not saying issue, but I think there is an edge for Charles Oliveira in this matchup. I think the striking, if it's on the feet, I think Charles Oliveira is going to be able to win that. And, you know, if Arman Tsarukyan decides to, you know, strike with Charles Oliveira in the boxing exchanges, I think that left hook's going to land all day in this matchup for Charles Oliveira. So give me Charles Oliveira by first round knockout. Our next fight of the night is going to be Justin Gaethje taking on Max Holloway for the BMF title, the only title that Justin Gaethje can win. I'm Justin Gaethje's number one hater. Sorry, just clarifying that, but I'm not being biased here, by the way. I'm going to pick Max Holloway in this match. I'm not being biased. You're going to say, oh, that's being biased because you literally just said you're a hater of Justin Gaethje, but it's not that, man. I think that Max Holloway has the edge in this matchup, man. I think he has the better striking. His combinations are better. He's more fluid on the feet. He's got a cardio edge by far. The durability edge by far. I think he has the kicking ability in this matchup. I think he has the combinations in this matchup, and from a stylistic standpoint, man, Max Holloway can win this fight all day, man. Justin Gaethje struggles with body shots. We've seen that against Eddie Alvarez. We've seen that against Dustin Poirier the first time. We've seen that against Fiziev when they fought. And I think the combinations of Max Holloway to the body is going to be a massive, massive factor in this matchup, and also his kicks as well. Justin Gaethje's really bad at dealing with kicks. If you've seen how he reacts to kicks, go watch Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje the second time. This guy's dipping down, has no idea how to block a kick. He's so nervous when kicks are thrown at him high, and I think that could also be an edge for Max Holloway in this matchup as well, to potentially land a head kick, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. I just think that the durability edge, the cardio edge as this fight goes on, the combinations to the body is going to be a massive factor. And people are saying Justin Gaethje hits like a truck. I mean, what are you looking at? I know this guy hits hard for sure, but he KO'd James Vick. I mean, who can't KO James Vick? Like, the win could KO James Vick. The ghost of Cowboy Cerrone. Wow, well done, bro. You KO'd the ghost of Cowboy Cerrone. Who else did he KO? Edson Barboza, okay, that was a good shot, I'll be honest, but, you know, Edson Barboza hasn't had the best chin in his career. And, you know, this guy Chandler, I've always said this, you know, Chandler has a bit of a chin issue, and this guy's marching, walking forward, hands down, saying, yo, come on, I'll eat this shit all day. Who else? You know, Fiziev literally marching him down, eating his biggest shots possible. Charles Oliveira eating his biggest shots possible. I think his power is massively overrated coming into this matchup. And with the durability that we know that Max Holloway has, he can eat this shit all day, man. And he's going to keep coming forward, and he's going to put combinations together in this matchup compared to the Justin Gaethje's one big shot, you know, maybe a leg kick here or there. I think that Max Holloway has the way better combinations in this matchup. I think he has the more fluid boxing. I think he has the edge on the feet in this matchup. And yeah, I really do like Max Holloway in this matchup. One of my most, I'm trying to make a point across to these guys that are saying Justin Gaethje is going to destroy him easily. It's not going to happen, man. I just don't believe it at all. So I'm going to go Max Holloway in this matchup. Our next fight is going to be Weili Zhang taking on Zhao Nan Yan. So my first breakdown video, I said Weili's going to destroy her. Easily destroy her in this matchup. But I decided to actually watch tape on this fight. And I actually like Yan in this fight. I'm not picking her to win. I don't think I can pick her to win at all. But I think the odds are pretty wide. I think that Zhang has good wrestling to win this fight for sure. You know, Yan has been taken down. But I want to say this. Yan has very good lateral movement that may be hard for Zhang to track down, especially early on. I think this fight's going to be a very low output type fight. I think that Yan's going to be trying to run away, land a few shots, get out, land a few shots, get out, try and not pick up any damage. I think that she'll be on her bicycle for the entire fight, and I think that Weili Zhang's going to have a hard time, you know, getting a hold of Yan in this matchup. So the takedowns, I think, will be there eventually. I think that she will find takedowns, but I don't know how successful she'll be able to be over the 25-minute distance if that is her main game plan coming into this fight. But on the feet as well, you know, Zhang is going to be the more dangerous girl in this match. She'll land the harder strikes. She'll have the power edge. But I think that Yan is a bit more technical on the feet, but it's pretty close, man. It's going to be a very close fight if it's a kickboxing fight. That's why I think the odds are pretty wide. If it's a striking battle, it's going to be like a 50-50 type fight. So yeah, like if Weili doesn't find the takedowns in this matchup, I think it could be a very close fight, and I think that Yang could potentially win a decision. But I am going to go Zhang in this matchup. I do think that she will be able to find the takedowns, get on top, but I'm not sure how successful she'll be able to be over the 25-minute distance in this matchup with the takedowns. Because like I said, Yan has very good lateral movement, able to move around the cage very well. So yeah, Weili by decision is the official pick. Our next fight is going to be Alex Pereira taking on Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill, and it is going to be night for Alex Pereira in this matchup. It's going to be night all day. Jamahal Hill's going to smoke him, absolutely smoke him in this matchup, man. I fully believe that. I think that Jamahal Hill's the better striker. I really do. People are going to say, you're crazy, man. This guy's a 2-time Glory Kickboxing, 2-division world champion. I don't care. This is MMA, and even if you don't think that is true, Jamahal Hill's the better striker. From a stylistic standpoint, you can't deny it's a good matchup for Jamahal Hill on the feet. You know, Alex Pereira, very open on the feet, man. Very open to 1-2s. Very open to rear uppercuts. And that is Jamahal Hill's bread and butter. That is his main strikes, the best strikes that he has to offer on the feet, with his high kicks as well. But those 1-2s and that rear uppercut that he throws are absolutely nasty, and Alex Pereira is like a magnet to those shots, and I think that the speed advantage for Jamahal Hill is going to be more. You know, Alex Pereira is moving up to 205. It looks like he's lost a bit of speed. You know, I gave him the benefit of the doubt against Jan Blachowicz. I said first time moving up to 205 in MMA, so you know, maybe he's like having to build himself into this weight class. But even in the Prochazka fight, he looks very slow in that second round, getting hit by big shots. And I think that if he slows down, well, he's not going to slow down, but I think the speed is going to kill Alex Pereira in this matchup, in my opinion. I think that the speed advantage is going to be pretty significant in this fight. The 1-2's on the pipe. And people will say, what about Alex Pereira's leg kicks? I think the leg kicks are going to land all day in this matchup. I'm just like, bro, do you not understand what southpaw versus orthodox is? Or like, well, like Jamahal Hill is is southpaw. He's a southpaw fighter. He does switch to orthodox to give different looks, but it's going to be southpaw versus orthodox. And if you watch Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva, he doesn't throw that many. He didn't throw that many calf kicks, because obviously it's not as impactful from those stances as you're kind of hitting shin on shin. So I think that the calf kicks aren't really going to be there for Alex Pereira, and that's his main game in striking. That's where all of his success comes from, and it sets up his other success in his striking. You know, then he'll work himself up top and then find a finish. It kind of like, you know, stabilizes, if that makes sense, his opponents who can't really move as much anymore. But I don't think the leg kicks are going to come into effect in this matchup, because it is going to be an orthodox versus southpaw. People will say, what about Simpuri? He was eating up Jamahal Hill's legs. Dude, Simpuri is southpaw. Hello, can we switch on here? Like, can we come on, switch on here, bud. But yeah, I think that Jamahal Hill's gonna smoke him, man. I really do. I think he's gonna smoke him in the first round or second round. Maybe, you know, kind of, you know, finds the timing on that Alex Pereira's weird style on the feet and then lights him up in the second round. I'm going to go Jamahal Hill second round, you know, absolute slept out cold Alex Pereira KO. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I've been putting in a lot of time and effort for you guys to provide you guys with this, you know, some of the best content possible with the picks, with the predictions, and with the bets. So if you're new here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one for what even is it? Yes. Let me actually check the next card. It's some bullshit, isn't it? Some fucking just horse shit. Oh yeah. I mean, look at this shit, man. We're back to this shit again. So yeah, I'll see you guys for that against UFC Vegas 91. So yeah, we gotta enjoy this week because we'll be back to shit the next week. So yeah, let's enjoy this week, boys, and let's have a good time at UFC 300. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.